Lexicon, prophet of Toledo. Morning hasn't decided what it is yet. Downtown still wearing last night, like a bruise under fluorescent light. And I'm walking, not looking for God, just noticing how often he leaves fingerprints on things nobody photographs. Yeah, Monroe Street, breathing through a cracked exhaust. Coffee in a paper cup, somebody counting what survival costs. Bus brakes hiss like tired lungs. Old brick buildings keep the dialect of what this city once was. Factory ghosts still clocking shifts in architecture. Rust Belt catechism written underneath the infrastructure. We call it deterioration when the mortar starts collapsing. I call it history refusing to disappear beneath the asphalt. Yeah. Man beneath an overpass folds his whole world in a bag, while a billboard 20 feet above him tells him what he should have. Luxury apartments advertise a panoramic view. Funny how prosperity looks gorgeous when poverty's beneath you. Crosswalk blinking, little white prophet says walk, so I obey. Passing churches with locked doors before Sunday. Liquor store already open on Monday. Hey, maybe that's sociology, maybe irony, maybe both are just theology with different terminology. There's scripture in the sidewalk if you learn to read the cracks. Every fracture has a genealogy, every ruin has a past. Hey, I walk through Toledo like the city is a text. Every corner got a footnote, every scar has context. I don't need a pulpit, I got concrete under feet. The whole world starts confessing when you listen to the street. Bitter in the water, sweetness in the breath. We keep building little heavens in the neighborhood of death. And I'm still walking, trying to translate what the city never said. Yeah, Maumee River moving like it knows something about permanence. Watching generations name themselves important beside sediments. Water doesn't argue, water carries. Kings become paragraphs, factories become memories. Bridge overhead, steel anatomy, arteries transporting economic necessity. Cars full of people calculating rent, court dates, groceries, childcare, gasoline and consequence. Somebody driving 12 hours for a nap that calls independence. What economists might call precarity, but vocabulary matters. Call desperation flexibility. Suddenly exploitation photographs beautifully. Call surveillance security. Call loneliness privacy. Call exhaustion grind. Give every wound an elegant synonym, and suddenly nobody has to ask why. That's linguistic anesthesia, semantic novocaine. Civilization learned you don't always have to fix pain. Sometimes you just rename it. I passed the courthouse. Marble columns pretending justice is architectural. Everybody enters carrying the story, leaves reduced to something clerical. Case number, charge code, plaintiff, defendant. Human catastrophe translated into administrative language. Efficient, sterile, almost merciful. Until you remember the paperwork describes somebody's life. I walk through Toledo like the city is a text. Every corner got a footnote, every scar has context. I don't need a pulpit, I got concrete under feet. The whole world starts confessing, and you listen to the street. Bitter in the water, sweetness in the breath. We keep building little heavens in the neighborhood of death. And I'm still walking, trying to translate what the city never said. Now the sun climbs over glass and makes every window briefly equal. That's the closest capitalism gets to socialism. Sunlight doesn't check your credit score before touching your face. Woman at the bus stop praying with the posture. Kid dragging a backpack twice his optimism. Old man sweeping yesterday from the entrance of tomorrow. Nobody calls them philosophers, they should. Because philosophy wasn't born in textbooks. It was born when somebody looked at suffering and demanded vocabulary large enough to hold it. Psychology asks why the man keeps running. Economics asks what he earns. Feminine asks if he's compliant. Religion asks if he believes. I wanna ask who taught him he had to earn the right to exist. Because somewhere between cradle and coffin we turn being alive into an invoice. Productivity became everybody's anxious. We constructed a civilization where even peace feels irresponsible. That's not merely pathology, that's architecture, environmental conditioning, collective reinforcement, a behavioral cathedral where everybody kneels before urgency. And still, flowers push through concrete. Somebody laughs outside a hospital. A stranger holds the door. A mother kisses her child's forehead like war has never existed. Two old men argue about baseball with the theological conviction of a puzzle.